You said one slightly weird sentence 4 hours ago, and now it's the only thing your brain wants to talk about. Not the meeting, not the show you were watching, just that one sentence, replaying over and over, like it's breaking news. Nobody chose this. It just started happening the second the conversation ended. And that's because somewhere inside you, a tiny, ancient creature named Brain Goblin has been guarding your social standing since before humans had houses, and he just decided one awkward, haha, yeah, needs a full investigation. And the weird part is, this reaction used to make sense. Human brains learn social danger in a world where getting pushed out of the group could actually threaten your survival. Back then, being liked wasn't a nice bonus. It was protection, food, safety in numbers. So, somewhere along the way, Brain Goblin learned a rule and never updated it. If the tribe seems even slightly unsure about you, treat it like an emergency. Which is why, hours after a completely normal conversation, you're lying in bed doing a forensic replay of your own voice. Why did you say totally like that? Why did they pause for one extra second before responding? Did that mean something? You didn't decide to think about this. Brain Goblin pulled you back into the control room and put the whole conversation up on the big screen for review, frame by frame, like there might be evidence of a crime. You know the moment. You say something completely fine, and 30 seconds later, out of nowhere, your stomach drops a little. That's not you being dramatic. That's the rejection alarm going off quietly in the background, checking a conversation that already ended for signs of danger that already passed. And it's not just big, awkward moments either. Sometimes it's one word. Someone texts back, okay, instead of okay, and suddenly Brain Goblin is treating a single missing exclamation point like a formal complaint. The tiny judge in your head starts building a whole case. Are they mad? Did you overstep? Should you have not sent that second message? None of this is really about the message. It's about an old warning light that doesn't know the difference between mildly dry text and actual danger. Here's the part that makes it worse. The conversation is already over. There is nothing left to fix, nothing left to prepare for, no action you can actually take. But Brain Goblin doesn't check whether a threat is still active before sounding the alarm. He just remembers that discomfort happened and decides the safest move is to keep reviewing it, just in case reviewing it enough times will somehow change the outcome. It won't. But try telling that to a tiny creature whose entire job is preventing social disaster. And underneath all of it, there's usually something quieter going on. It's not really about that one sentence you said. It's about a much older fear that's been sitting there the whole time. What if I said the wrong thing and now people see me differently? What if I'm too much, or not enough, or somehow doing this whole being a person around other people thing wrong? That fear is old. It didn't start with a conversation you had today. The conversation just gave it something to attach to. This same wiring that keeps you up replaying a conversation is also the reason you notice when a friend seems off, or catch the exact moment a joke lands wrong, or remember small details that make people feel actually seen. The same system that tortures you at 1 a.m. is the one that makes you thoughtful, careful, tuned in to other people in a way a lot of people never bother to be. It's not purely a glitch. It's protection that forgot when to stop working. The problem isn't that you care what people think. Caring is kind of the whole reason you're good at relationships in the first place. The problem is that Brain Goblin never learned how to close the file. He just keeps the case open forever, replaying evidence that already stopped mattering hours ago. So maybe the goal isn't to stop caring, and it isn't to force yourself to just not think about it. Maybe it's just noticing, gently, that the alarm going off tonight isn't reporting on tonight. It's an old signal from a much older job, still checking a room that emptied out a long time ago. You didn't do anything wrong in that conversation. Your brain just hasn't figured out yet that the tribe isn't going to vote you out over one weird, haha, yeah,